And welcome to Geneseo football. We're at historic Browning Field this evening in Moline as the Maple Leafs take on Moline in a big game here tonight. I'm Nathan Bliva alongside with Pat Mitchell, and big game tonight. Both teams are 3-4, which means neither team can afford to lose. We know somebody will lose here tonight. Whoever it is will not be able to make the playoffs, so make for a huge game here this evening between two teams.
Right, almost literally a playoff game. Obviously, both teams get to play next week, win or lose, but their playoff season will literally come to an end tonight with the defeat. But yeah, you say historic. That's a great word for it. You know, you look across the way and you see Wharton Fieldhouse sitting dark right now, and it's first time on grass for the Green Machine this year.
First time on grass, and Moline's been playing on some variation of field here since 1912. Red Grange played in this complex. Babe Ruth played in this complex in 1939 and 1940. They've had exhibition games here with a bunch of Major League teams, so pretty cool overall facility. But tonight, obviously, the focus on high school football. And for Moline, they are without their leading rusher. In fact, the league's leading rusher, who is suspended for tonight's contest, Caden Dreyfus, he had an eligibility issue. They had to forfeit the Rock Island win. That's why they are 3-4. Geneseo here at 3-4. We'll see if Moline comes out amped up. They just had all their senior night festivities for the last, 40 minutes?
It seems like that way.
Introducing all the football players and cheerleaders, and we are underway. Geneseo wearing the whites. They'll go left to right, and the kickoff will be taken just shy of the 30, and that's where Geneseo will get this contest, which is their final road contest underway, home against United Township next week. We take a look at Geneseo as they head out, and we'll get this one rolling. Jacob McConnell will lead them to the line.
Geneseo 28.
Here for this first down play. Moline wearing their maroon uniforms with the white numbers and white helmets. Geneseo in the white with the green numbers. They've got the gold pants. And as I mentioned, going left to right here this evening and ready to get this attack underway. First carry goes to the left side and is going to go for negative yardage on that first down carry. Dropping a couple of yards there. It'll make it for second and long. And then there on the tackle was number 33, Gavin Grace for Moline.
Yeah, that was second back through to the left side. The old timers know it as Belly 48 with Mason Jones, but not a lot of room to run there.
Stop made by number 3, Zion Rodriguez.
Jones in the backfield here behind McConnell. In motion, the pitch comes out to the right side here, making the run towards the right. And again, not picking up much yardage on that second down run as they tried to spread it out through Mason Jones.
Right, well, that's a little 21 rocket sweep, okay, coming back the other way, trying to outrun the defense to the right side. We're behind the chains, and we've figured out this year we have a difficult time getting first downs when we get behind the chains.
3rd and 13, that goes for a loss of 1. And it's at the 26 as the play comes in here. With 10:45 to go in the opening quarter, and Geneseo 3rd down. Moser behind McConnell, rolls out, puts it in the air to the left side, and that falls about 3 yards incomplete.
That's intended for Nathan Beneke.
For Nathan Beneke on that left side, and Geneseo 3 and out on drive number 1. They got to punt it away.
Yeah, sometimes when you're playing on a different surface, the crown's a little different, you know, when you throw out to the flat like that, the ball just does different things than what you're used to all year. But now we got a punt, defense coming on the field.
Back for Moline, they've got 2 players standing on their own 45. Jaheim Mitchell is one of those, and Nathaniel Johnson, one of their leading receivers on the season, is the other. The punt is away, low and bouncing out of bounds just across the 50, and they'll mark that down at the 47. 24 yards is all that comes on that punt.
All right, you mentioned that Moline has the leading ground gainer. He's in the league, but he's not playing tonight to a fault none of his own. But they still have an outstanding rushing attack with some with a big offensive line and some quick running backs behind him.
They've got Abubakar Berry back. He missed last week's game with an ankle injury. He is a senior who is in there, and he's in the top 10 in rushing as well. They've got number 1 and number 6 in the conference in rushing. First play is a pass out to the left side. That's complete to Johnson. He's across the 40 for a first down and brought down about the 36.
Yep, gave him a lot of cushion on that. That pass out to the flat, Anthony Pierce. We got to make sure if we're going to do that, keep him in front of you and hang on until the help gets there. He slowed him down long enough for DeBoof to finish that off.
Johnson is top 10 in the conference in receiving yards. Now they're going to play 2 quarterbacks. It's Zidane Sterling, the senior, who has 465 passing yards starting in this contest, but Matthew Bailey, a sophomore, will get some time as well. Both have played throughout the season. And here is the handoff up the middle and sprinting through to the end zone, all the way through and going in completely untouched on that carry is Abubakar Berry, the senior, 36 yards, touchdown Moline.
Just a simple fullback trap right up the middle, and he literally went untouched. None of the defensive guy got a hand on him. So sometimes, though, when teams score early, they'll struggle the rest of the game, but that remains to be seen. But it's not good being down this early in the ball game.
One thing the Maroons have done this year is put up points. 26 last week was their season low. Actually, check that. They had 19 against Bennett Academy in a loss week 2 as the extra point is up and good. So 7-0 with 9:48 to go in the first quarter. But you look at the Maroons, they've scored 36, 35, 28, 55, 34, and last week 26, and a loss to Sterling.
You bet. It's been a powerful offense. I'm not sure if you know this. I used to coach 8th grade football, and when this senior group was 8th graders, both their 2 junior highs were undefeated, played each other here for the conference championship at the end of the year. So they do have a talented senior group with some really nice athletes filling in from the younger levels as well.
Coach Mike Morrissey's had a good 2-year run. 9-2 last year as they won the first playoff game, lost in week 2, and they are ready to kick it away. Their first kick was very short. Geneseo has moved up as a result. There's no wind. The flag over by the scoreboard, barely moving at all, but they went with the short kick, and you see Geneseo's 2 returners now are up near the 20-yard line. And again, it's even shorter than that. It's caught at the 30 and will pick up about 6 yards over to the left side by the Geneseo sideline, and drive number 2 for the Maple Leafs will start on their own 36-yard line. So a good starting spot for the Leafs.
All right, that's Brendan Wages picking that up, and I like what he did. He got the ball and just get upfield, get what you can. So, right, better field position the first time we had the ball, but we've got to have positive yards on first down.
Up to the line with Cole Ellerbrock, Cole Gradert, Joe McConnell, Elijah Allen, Rob Stoll. And they're on that line. Jerry Green and Brennan Wages on the ends. And Jacob McConnell, the signal caller. He takes a snap, pitches it back, moving to the right, picking up yards and still churning through. The ball comes out at the end. I do believe he was down. We'll see.
Carried by 32, John.
That was the carry for Geneseo on that play was DeBoof. They announced Maxwell, but he's 32. That was 33 with the carry.
Yeah, that's nice yardage there on first down, getting us in the second and manageable, and if need be, third and manageable. I love it when we run right at teams.
Right at the 43-yard line now. And ready to go in the backfield this time is Caden Davison in there with DeBoof, and he gets across the 45, and I believe has first down yardage. We'll see where they mark this down. Yes, indeed. That'll move the sticks for the first time tonight for Geneseo. First and 10 on their own 46.5-yard line.
With the carry.
I tell you, the secret to the success for our defense is keeping their offense off the field. Ball control, but we've got to make sure we don't put the ball on the ground. Just keep running right at them.
8:50 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Moline with the lead. Davison moves to the right. Maxwell and DeBoof in the backfield. Beneke spread out to the left. McConnell keeps it. That was a busted play, and he just slides down, maybe picks up a half yard. He turned to his right, and there was nobody there. Both running backs had gone to the left, and he just slid down.
Right, mix up somewhere there. What we're doing with that offensive line is we're taking the right side tackle, moving him over to the left side. Looks like a tight end on the left side, and move him down. My guess is that was supposed to be a belly 48, the way his his steps were. So, but here we are, second and long. We got to make sure we get positive yardage here.
Nathan Van Der Woestijn brings the play in, and McConnell leads his team to the line. 2nd and 10. Pitches it back left side, making a man miss and getting close to midfield. That time was Bruce Moore with his first carry tonight, and it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 here for Geneseo.
All right, Bruce Moore proved a couple weeks ago down at Quincy that he's able to play this game at a high level, so it's nice to see him in there playing. Would like to see more yardage on that, make 3rd down more manageable, but you've got to find a way to get a first down here and keep the Moline offense off the field.
McConnell gets them into the huddle and now leads them to the line. 7:10 to go, opening quarter. Second drive, Geneseo. McConnell back to pass, throws over the middle, deflected, and falls to the ground at the 40, knocked down by number 21, Jaheim Mitchell. That was intended for Van Der Woestijn.
Right, it looked like Nathan had it, in his eyesight anyway, but young man did a nice job getting a fingertip on the ball, and even just a little bit of a fingertip makes a big difference on the receiving end. So Geneseo's going to have to punt here for a second time.
The left hand of Mitchell got in there and knocked that away. To Maroon, standing back just inside their own 25, punt headed their way, and a nice high hanging punt this time. Falls down and takes a Moline bounce for about 2 yards, and it'll be down at the 25. So Geneseo did flip the field. We have a late flag down at the 40. The line judge comes in, and we'll get our first infraction of the night. See what the call is here, and it's against Moline.
Holding the call against Moline.
So they were going to be at their own 24-yard line, and they will back up now before they start the second drive. So, Pat, if nothing else, Geneseo did flip the field. Now if their defense can come up with a stop.
That's it. That's exactly right. And once again, it has to do with first down. We need to be good on first and second down and get ourselves into manageable positions on defense as well. So, this is a good Moline group. I think maybe that first drive was we're kind of feeling our way around out there. We know what Moline's capable of doing. It's kind of like getting used to game speed, and we didn't catch up quick enough in that first drive. Let's hope we've taken those steps here in this second drive.
Referee talking with Elijah Allen about this penalty, and now he's going over to talk with Larry Johnson to see if they want to accept it, what the options are here, and they're bringing the offense back out onto the field here.
Wow. Looks like the holding might have been before the change of possession, I guess.
Both teams' offenses are on the field right now, so somebody's going to have to give. Moline's coach now looking for an explanation. 2 of his defensive players started to run out on the field, and the defensive coaches said, no, stay on the sideline. We're not giving up the possession quite yet.
Yeah, looks like the officials still talking it over.
Yeah, now they've got a huddle going.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised to see this switch back.
The ball boys for both teams are out there because they don't know which one they need right now. So
I know one of those guys. He lives in my house.
Let's see what the decision is. There's 6:53 on the clock. First quarter, Moline leads 7-0, and the officials still huddling up, trying to figure this out.
Jeopardy theme, anybody?
Yeah. Now they break it up.
Okay.
And we'll see what the decision is. They are walking over. Officials walking over to talk to the Geneseo coaching staff, which probably means that it's going to be an end of the punt penalty, and it's still going to be Moline ball. And now the Geneseo offense is heading off the field. So I think there might have been some misinformation passed along to the Geneseo sideline before that penalty. They're walking it off now, and we'll finally get 1st and 10 Maroons at their own 14-yard line.
I think they got it right, though. And you don't mind a little time delay as long as they get it right in the end, and I think they got it right.
This Moline team can run the ball. Last year they set a school record 3,590 rushing yards in 11 games. They ran for 468 against Rock Island earlier this year.
Impressive.
They even had Dreyfus run for 176 against Sterling last year, and we know how difficult it is to move the ball against Sterling as this ball is put in the air by their quarterback, Zidane Sterling, and it'll be about a 5-yard pickup here on the right side.
Right, similar play to what they ran to start the game with. Anthony Pierce did a nice job that time wrapping up and getting the young man to the ground, unable to score a first down.
Pierce, number 15, and there was one of the corners. Ryland Coons, Nathan Beneke are our defensive backs. That defensive line is going to be busy. It's a big O-line for the Maroons, and they hand it off, trying the left side this time, and picking up first down yardage and then some down the sideline for Moline is Jaheim Mitchell, who had a big week stepping in for Dreyfus a couple of weeks ago.
Right, you had a couple big old linemen pulling around the left side there. Our defensive linemen, you got to get in their hip pocket and try to chase that running back down from behind is difficult. But the big move there was the blocking, getting Jones to commit.
Maxwell and Davison got over there to help make that tackle at the sideline, but they got 1st and 10 on their own 42. A 25-yard pickup up the middle this time. It's Berry again. He makes a man miss, and going to move the chains again. That's a 10-yard pickup on first down. They're getting big plays in the run game.
Right, big chunks. We haven't done anything to slow them down here this second drive either. But, defensive linemen, once you start feeling that pressure, you got to fight against that pressure. And if you feel yourself going backwards, you need to make a pile and force that running back to go someplace he doesn't want to do.
Moser, Shipman, and Cathcart in that defensive line, and they actually only give him 9 on that, so it's 2nd and 1 here. They cross midfield at the Geneseo 48. Handoff again. Berry, this time he is hit in the backfield and driven backwards. Big play for Geneseo's defensive line. Coming through with that one was Caden Davison, who knifed through and made first contact.
Right, you got the first contact in the backfield, and you're able to slow him up enough to get the rest of the gang there. So another big play here, 3rd and short.
3rd and just about 2. They've got to get to the 47 for a first down, just shy of the 47. We've got a full house backfield here. Turn around and hand it off. They'll get the first down across the 45. Running hard that time for Moline was Berry.
By 71, Connor Shipman.
The Moline offensive line won the push at the line of scrimmage that time. He was 3 yards downfield before he got contact.
Shipman made the tackle. Berry comes out. Jaheim Thornton, number 11, came in with the play for Moline. He goes out wide to the right. Nathaniel Johnson's out wide to the left. It's another run play. Mitchell drops the football. Let's see who's got it. He recovered his own fumble just before DeBoof was there to get it for Geneseo, so they'll lose a yard
1 second and 11
on that one, but he never got that handoff.
No, I was going to say there's a little handle problem on in the exchange between the quarterback and the running back, and never had a good grip on that thing. So that's good because there was a hole there.
2nd and 11 on the Geneseo 44. 4:05 to go opening quarter. Moline up 7-0. Fakes the handoff. Sterling back to pass, looking over the flat. He's got a man down the sideline, and that is hauled in Push
Sterling's pass complete.
out of bounds.
35 Granson Wall.
And that's one of the players they added to the roster after they printed number 35, Granson
14-yard
Wall.
gain to the 30. First and 10 Maroons.
They came up here right before the national anthem, gave us an extra 13 names of sophomores and freshmen who were dressed tonight, and there's one of them, and Granson Wall getting the reception for a first down. First and 10 on the 30. This time it's Mitchell, right side, trying to stretch it out to the sideline, now cuts it back in the middle, flag down. He has picked up about 8 or 9 yards, but we'll see what that flag is on the far sideline.
All right, they pulled 2 linemen on that, and that number 70, he didn't have anybody run into until he was in our defensive backfield. And if you're a defensive back seeing that guy come at you, you're going to try to avoid, I think. But got to make sure we have our outside contained. We didn't have the outside contained there to shut that thing down.
That's Ben Duenas, a senior, and he is a big boy on that offensive line for Moline. It looks like this is going to be against the Maroons as the official is talking to Elijah Allen, the defensive captain for Geneseo. And here comes the call on that infraction, and it is indeed a hold against Moline, their second of the day.
Now that might be the reason why they're able to get out and around the end. It looked like it was thrown at the point, at the point of attack. So
yeah, it's a spot foul, so it only ends up being a 2-yard penalty. It's first and 12 now at the 32. So that was the choice. Do you want first and 12 or do you want second and 3? And you'll take that first and 12. Fake to Mitchell this time. Sterling's going to put it in the air, looking for the end zone, and overshoots his intended target that time.
He probably could have taken off and ran with that thing as well. The receiver kind of slowed down, I think, not thinking the ball was coming, but DeBoof got caught on the inside. Got to make sure we keep that outside arm free, keep that quarterback contained.
Pierce was in coverage that time. Noah Herron, who was running towards the goal line. Second and 12, 3:20 left in the first quarter. Moline on the move on their second drive of the night. Sterling hands off, first man through, that's Barry, made a man miss. Nice juke to get up the middle. He's still going, taking defenders with him across the 15. That's a pickup of just about 20, and Barry's done pretty much whatever he's wanted tonight once he gets the ball in his hands.
Right, just made a nice little move up inside the pulling guard and got onto our linebackers a little quicker than I think they thought he was. So you've got to make sure you get a piece of him and slow him down. Hang on, whatever it takes, just hang on.
A senior, Barry here on senior night. He missed a couple of games this year with an ankle injury and making up for it here in the first quarter. And a little movement that time on the Moline offensive line. I believe that's going to push them back 5 yards. They had first and 10 at the 12. And that's exactly what the call is. Now they'll have first and 15 at the 17.
Whole idea here is you got to take advantage, figure out a way to take advantage of that.
.240 on the clock, first quarter. Sterling under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws it over the middle. That is complete inside the 10. Pierce was there to make the tackle of Jaheim Thornton, but he was wide open to make the reception.
It appears that they're finding holes in our defensive backfield. Guys are running to holes and you're right. He was wide open. We've seen a couple passes like that now, but got to figure this out. That time we did a nice job of containing the quarterback and keeping him in a pocket.
Second and 5.
Second and 5 inside the 10-yard line. Minute 50 left in the first quarter. Maroons looking for a 2-score lead. And we've got another whistle before the snap. This one came from the near sideline.
This one's on Geneseo. We had a man jump. We've had this problem all year long where the pre-snap penalties they piled up through the year. That's kind of a sign of a young team, which we are. But you know, at some point though, we've got to get rid of those things.
Moline had been hurting themselves on this drive, but then making up for it with chunk plays. This time it's Geneseo with the penalty, so it's 2nd and a short 2. The ball on the 4, 90 seconds left in the opening quarter. Sterling takes the snap to Barry. Barry to the left. He is met immediately and thrown backwards that time. And we've got a whistle with a flag in the end zone. Cole Grader made the tackle. He grabbed Barry around the waist and just slung him to the ground.
He did a nice job of following, getting in the hip pocket of it, the pulling guard or tackle in front of him and wrapping up Barry from behind. Nice play by Cole. Wonder if that's maybe unnecessary roughness or something. Big old lineman down in the defensive backfield.
They're discussing this penalty. Moline's moving backwards right now. But then they stopped at the 10-yard line, and we got no notification yet, but it is something against Geneseo. They're walking it off here, but they never made a signal over for what the penalty was. They're looking to see if it's enough yardage for a first down. It's a half the distance penalty, so it's only a 2-yard penalty. And it is enough for a first down. They're putting the sticks down on the sideline. Nope, they're going to bring them in and measure now. Started to lay them down, and the official said, not so fast. Let's stretch these out here and make sure.
You got good eyesight.
First down.
Mm-hmm. Not sure what happened there in the end zone, but I don't know, maybe a little extracurricular after the play.
Yeah, the official never signaled over.
No, still
and
never.
The press box, which down below us, they never made an announcement. So 1st and goal at the 2, minute 15 to go in the first quarter. Senior Abubakar Berry already has 1 touchdown tonight. He's in the backfield. He gets the ball up the middle, and he will not get there. Connor Shipman went low. Caden Davison went high, and they brought Berry to the ground.
Dominic Bufin on the stop.
That's the key to getting that guy. Get him in the backfield before he has a chance to make a move on you.
He's got an extra gear. We've seen it a couple times already this evening. It's now 2nd and goal with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Barry's in the backfield with Mitchell. Sterling's going to give it to Barry again, up the middle, lunging for the goal line, and he's in. 2nd rushing touchdown tonight for Abubakar Berry. And it's 13-0 with 30 seconds left in the first quarter, pending the Moline extra point. Started that drive on the 14 and went straight down the field.
Well, we better figure out something next time we're on defense or offensively, move the ball, get a couple first downs, score.
Sophomore Caroline Hazen is ready for the extra point. She made the first. 2nd is up, and that's good as well. Caroline Hazen is 2 for 2 on extra points. And it's a 14-0 lead for Moline here on their senior night.
All right.
13 plays, 86 yards, and it took 6 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock. So we've seen them score on a 39-second drive and now a 6.5-minute drive. A little bit of both ways for the Maroons so far tonight.
Right, that's scary when teams are able to do that. You know, the long drive means that they're running it right at you, just taking their time and just systematically just running you over. And then the quick drive shows that they've got that quick strike ability with a fast running back. So the one, like we talked about earlier, best way to beat that is keep your offense on the field as long as possible.
They will be at Quincy next week while Geneseo is home against United Township. But as we mentioned off the top, whoever loses this game cannot make the playoffs. A win doesn't guarantee anybody, but gives them a chance at 5 and 4. Kickoff goes to the 20, picked up there, trying the left side, which is where they've gone on all 3 kickoffs so far, and Geneseo will move this one out across the 35-yard line that time on a nice advantage on the left side to pick up some yardage there by Davison. So 22 seconds left, first quarter. Down 14-0. Geneseo's punted both times. They did pick up a first down on the last drive, but still had to punt it away.
Need to piece something together here. This could get ugly.
The board's got 148 to 10 on total yards through 2 drives for both teams. Here is the handoff and a run up the middle for about 4 yards to the 40.
Goes with the carry.
That's DeBoof picking up 4, and that should take us to the end of the first quarter. Under 10 seconds left in quarter number 1, but that first quarter belonged to the hosts, Moline, with a 14-0 lead at the end of the first quarter on 2 rushing touchdowns by Abubakar Berry. Will flip ends of the field and be ready for a 2nd and 6 play to start quarter number 2.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
We've got 14-0 Moline with the lead, and we start quarter number 2. Nathan Believa and Pat Mitchell with you as we've got a 2nd and 6 play on the 40-yard line.
Thank you very much to the Geneseo, Central Bank of Geneseo, and the Geneseo community for this contribution.
The handoff here is going to go up the middle for a yard, and before we get to the 3rd down play, Pat, they just announced that Central Bank's from Geneseo, and the Geneseo community made a nice contribution tonight for Kobe Kennedy, a sophomore at Moline, who's been undergoing a lot of medical treatment. Was in Peoria, was here in Quad Cities, up at Northwestern Hospital as well, where he had his surgery last week with a heart transplant. He moved quickly to number 1 on the list, and our thoughts with the Kobe Kennedy and his family, the Moline family, but a big check presentation just now from the Geneseo community. I know Moline very thankful for that.
It's my wife actually teaches at Moline High School, and that whole thing was a shock. That was a healthy young man one week, and the next week they're taking him to Peoria, and then next thing you know, he's on a waiting list for a new heart. So very, very cool.
Yep.
Very neat when you see 2 communities who are really different work together and try to help each other out.
Geneseo did complete a pass a moment ago for a first down. Now they run to the right side and pick up about 5 on the 1st and 10 carry. And for those that want to help out as well or want to contribute, Moline's been all over their social media with all of that. You can find out from the Dispatch Argus newspaper as well. They had a big article on Kobe Kennedy a couple of weeks ago, and then again this week after that heart transplant. They've got T-shirts and a bunch of different ways to donate, so you can get involved with that as well. Throughout this entire conference, I know they've been getting a lot of support from all the schools in opposing teams. It's nice to see the communities in the conference come together. 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff left side and tripped up, picking up just 1 yard on that play. And it looked like it was going to go for more, but Bruce Moore got tripped up just across the 45.
So, yeah, there was a decent hole there, and Bruce would probably end up with 10 to 15. had you not got ankle picked there. But you're in a third manageable spot now. You've had a success run the ball a little bit. You had the nice pass catch earlier, so need to get this first down here. In my mind, this is probably 4-down territory for the Leafs.
3rd and 3 at the 44, 14-0 Moline. They'll try the right side and go nowhere on 3rd down.
Carried by Kyle Hofer.
For Hofer.
Well, you didn't pick up any yardage there. Would have liked to see him get at least 2 and cut that thing in half and make it a more manageable first down. But looks like they're bringing the, can't tell. Nope, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, they are going to go for it. McConnell went over to the sideline, but that was just to get the play. He brought it back in himself. So 4th and 3 at the 44. They need to get just across the 41. Full house backfield. Handoff right side, moving towards the 41 and coming up short. The ball came out at the end anyway. For Jonathan Maxwell, and now they're piled up on top of it. And
Jonathan Maxwell at the carry.
See where they put this ball down. Geneseo's got it. It's going to be right at the sticks. First down.
Wow. I think we got a nice spot there, to be totally honest. We're directly across from that, and originally it didn't look like he got it, but maybe he did fumble and we recovered it. I don't know.
The 45-yard line would cut us in half if it came all the way through, and that ball just got to the 41. And yeah, on first look, I didn't think he had it either. But hey, take that spot, keep moving it down the field now. 8:45 to go, first half, 1st and 10. The Moline 41. McConnell hands off, and that'll be about a yard pickup. This time for DeBoof.
Right, we talked about how big their offensive line was. Their defensive line is very similar. They got a big old guy, nose guard there, making it tough for center McConnell. I call him one center McConnell and quarterback McConnell. I'm not sure if you know, they're twin brothers.
Absolutely.
So, yep, got to get a better push on him.
So 2nd and 9 at the 40. And a lot of movement that time. That's going to cost Geneseo 5. Bruce Moore was coming in motion, and oh, that goes the other way. Okay. Offside. Sure looked like Geneseo moved first, but hey, again, take the 5, right?
Once again, yeah, you betcha. Once again, far be it for me to tell the referee they're wrong, but no. But the whole key to this, though, is we got to take advantage.
2nd and 4 at the 35. 7:50 to go, first half. Geneseo down 2 scores. Handoff up the middle, breaking a tackle, and a nice pickup on 2nd down to move the sticks for Geneseo. That ground game starting to get going, and Bruce Moore picks up the first down.
Right, little misdirection. It's really, really nice to see able to have some success on 2nd and 5, 1st and 10. Because success a lot of times just breeds more success. So it builds confidence.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Handoff, DeBoof gets across the 25 for a pickup of 3.
Yep, we'll take that. 3 or 4 yards every time. You'll eat clock. Had a football coach back when I was a sophomore named Ron Clary. He says, "You guarantee me 3 yards, I guarantee you a touchdown, as long as we don't turn the ball over." So we got to accept that 3 and 4 yards is a good thing.
6:50 left in the second quarter. 14-0 Maroons. 2nd and 6 at the 24. Handoff goes up the middle this time for Maxwell. And gets just across the 20-yard line. They'll actually mark him at the 18. And that's going to bring out another measurement, I believe, for a first down.
Right, that was belly 22 again. It's nice to see that. When you run that, you can't forget about the fullback, because teams will go to sleep on the fullback, but it's really, really good to see.
So this will either be 3rd and very short or 1st and 10. It is 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Crowd across the way cheering another Geneseo first down.
10 Geneseo.
Keep moving the chains. Move the chains, move the chains.
So 1st and 10 at the 18, 6:25 to go with the clock running here in the first half on a beautiful night here in the Quad Cities. McConnell to the line, pitch back, trying the left side as Bruce Moore up the middle, cuts it through, gets to about the 5, and he's across for another first down here. Nice move and the most successful play for Geneseo on offense so far tonight.
Right, little 49 sweep that he turned it up tight. Had a really nice convoy in that, ended up being more in the 8 hole than it did the 9. And he was able to cut that thing back and get more upfield as opposed to outside the hash. Good stuff.
5:50 to go in the half. Clock running. 1st and goal at the 6. Pitch back is Maxwell across the 5, still moving. And he gets turned back just shy of the goal line. Gang tackle there. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Right. 21 sweep the other way, same type of philosophy. We didn't take it out around the end because we're getting a good kick out. I'm not sure if that was an outside linebacker or corner, but getting a nice kick out on him. Get up inside that block, and he still had 2 more guys in front of him to eat people, and now we're within a yard of a touchdown.
2nd goal, ball just outside the 1, 5:14 left in this first half. Geneseo looking for a big answer, especially when you consider Moline gets the ball to start the second half. McConnell hands off up the middle and turned back right at the goal line. A couple of the Geneseo linemen were signaling touchdown, but he did not get there.
That was P.J. Mosier with that. Looked like he was in at 4-back, and we ran a little 43 power type thing. But he didn't do a really nice job getting behind the fullback to get that push. But you've got to have everybody score. Everybody needs to score. Your linemen, your ends, everybody needs to score. Get themselves in the end zone.
Half yard away. 3rd down. And McConnell kept it himself, lunging forward, and I don't think he got there.
Keeper.
He did not, so now you're about a length of the football short on 4th down with 4:10 to go in the first half. Yeah, the nose of the ball is resting against the plane. See if they try that keeper again or hand off. To the line. 3 in the backfield. McConnell under center. He hands it off up the middle. Rushing through and touchdown Geneseo. The Maple Leafs do make that long drive pay off with 6 and get on the board.
I didn't actually see if that was P.J.
I think it was P.J.,
Yeah,
but I was waiting for the announcement too. Him and DeBooth both came sprinting out of there, and
If that was P.J., that was 47 power, getting in behind both the other 2 running backs. Really nice play.
extra point is up, and that is no good. Off to the left. All 3 touchdowns of this ball game have been scored at this end of the field, the left end from the press box.
First attempt, no good. With 3:47 left.
Both end zones painted with just a simple maroon M, as is midfield. All 3 logos there. 3:47 to go in the half, and it's 14-6. Moline with the lead. That drive goes 15 plays for 63 yards, 8 minutes and 47 seconds. That's a long, successful drive. And as you mentioned earlier, Pat, the key, keep the ball out of the hands of the Moline offense, and that's exactly what they did there.
Right, now we're going to have to, the defense is going to have to get a stop here. You don't want to go into the second half with you don't want to go into the second half down 2 scores with Moline getting the ball. So definitely key here for the Green Machine to get a stop on defense.
We think it was DeBouf who got the touchdown. The 1 yard plunge, which actually was about a half a yard plunge, if even that. But it goes as 1 yard. And now a kickoff with 3:47 left in the first half. 14-6. Moline with the lead. Kickoff to the left side is grabbed by Johnson right around the 15. Got a big block as he cut back to the middle of the field. And now he turns it upfield. 30, 35, stutter steps to the 40. And he made a whole lot out of absolutely nothing by switching the fields there and using his speed.
Right, we had him pinned in down at about the 15, 20-yard line, and I'm not quite sure what happened. A couple guys got out of their lane and weren't able to finish that play, didn't break down, and that's one of the things you teach on the kickoff, inside out. So he's on the inside, then he bounces out and gains lots of yards.
Got to stop him on this drive because Moline gets the ball to start the second half. There's 3:34 to go. They're on their own 42 to start the drive. After a missed extra point, Geneseo now 11 out of 16 on extra point kicks this season, and they've got a man in motion. Sterling's going to put it in the air. He's under pressure, throws a little screen, and that's incomplete at the feet of Barry.
Pass intended for Barry, incomplete.
I think it's a good thing that was incomplete. DeBouf got on top of the quarterback a little faster, and I don't think the quarterback expected DeBouf to be there. And then he had to throw over top of a jumping lineman as well. But Nathan Beneke would have had to make an outstanding tackle to stop that play.
So incomplete, 2nd and 10 at the 42. Johnson comes out to the right side, which is the short side here, with the ball on the right hash. Sterling under center. He hands off to Barry. Barry up the middle, makes a man miss, 50. Out to the left side, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, cuts it back inside, gets down to the 5, and is brought down inside the 5. What a run by Abubakar Barry, and Nathan Beneke saved a touchdown with the lunge inside the 5. And Moline's in business, 54-yard run, and Abubakar Barry having a heck of a senior night.
Yeah, that's he was untouched until he got tackled 54 yards down the field. They found a good blocking scheme for our defense on those trap plays, because that's a second or third time he's got out free on trap.
3:05 to go as they restart the clock after moving the chains. Second quarter action. Barry goes to the sideline for a breather here. Mitchell is in the backfield along with Gavin Grace, and we've got a flag before the snap. And it is against Moline, so that'll move them backwards. It was 1st and goal at the 4, now will be 1st and goal at the 9.
Be a good time for Moline's first turnover tonight.
Jaheim Thornton brings the play in. Barry already has 2 touchdowns tonight, which gives him 66 points on the season. He's top 10 in the conference in that category, but he's not out there for the 1st and goal play. After putting him in position, it's Mitchell. Mitchell cuts it back up the field and gets slung to the ground, maybe a yard. DeBouf was there, and so was Shipman. Shipman, the sophomore, 6'2", 270, and they couldn't move him out of the way that time.
Right, he's getting better as the year goes on. Shipman is, and that bodes well for the future.
They officially say no gain at all. So 2nd and goal at the 9. They're changing the play right now. Sterling just turned around, one back move far out to the right. Now he's back under center. He's going to give it to Mitchell again. Right side, makes one man miss, gets down inside the 5 and brought to the ground back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Maroons.
And DeBouf did a really nice job that time with contain, but we didn't have anybody there to fill, and that's that's a two-part process. You got to have somebody contain, and once that running back turns in, you got to have somebody to fill that gap, and we didn't have anybody home that time.
Better put a hat on number 5. Barry back out there, 3rd and goal from the 4 with a minute 20 to go in the first half. Mitchell and Barry in the backfield. Sterling gives it to Barry right up the middle, and this time he's lunging for the end zone, and he's just short, and they'll have 4th and goal at the 1 as the clock goes under 1 minute in the second quarter. The Moline crowd thought he was across the line. This is almost the exact same play. Geneseo just had the ball sitting just outside the end zone.
Here's one where it's not a bad idea to guess the snap count, because if you're offsides,
yeah, the ball's not moving. Handoff Barry up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Moline. That big kick return put him in position. Barry had a 54-yard run to get him inside the 5, and he caps it off with a 4th down plunge, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And Caroline Hazen is out for her 3rd extra point attempt. 2 for 2 on the night, 33 seconds left in the half. And this kick is up, and it splits the uprights and goes over the bleachers set up in front of the track as well. She boomed that one. Right. 21-6 Moline.
Well, we've got the scenario that we didn't want. Moline, there's probably a good chance for Moline to go up by 2 scores, go into halftime up 2 scores and then get the ball back. And we haven't stopped them yet. So at some point, hopefully we make a couple adjustments at halftime, and because now we need at least 2 stops.
6 plays, 58 yards, 3 minutes and 14 seconds as they regain their 2-touchdown lead on the 3rd touchdown of the night by senior Abubakar Barry. 21-6 with 33 seconds left, and Barry so far has 10 carries for 131 yards. That's a pretty good average at 13.1.
That's a good night, and it's only been a half.
33 seconds left. They will kick off here. Geneseo's had a couple decent returns to get out across the 35. Love to see him break one here and at least get a chance before heading to the locker room.
Looks like they've moved some people around on that return.
Kick is a squibber down the middle, picked up right outside the 30-yard line, heading towards the right side. Mason Jones, he's got a lot of room across the 50, 45-40, 35-30, brought down from behind at the 27-yard line.
Mason Jones with the return.
That's a big return with 24 seconds left in the half.
That's the move they made. Jones is normally the deep man. He was up in the row in front of the deep, expecting that short, whether it's squib or pop-up kick, and there was again. It looks like he's going inside, and then he bounces out for a good gain. Now you're in a position where you can take a couple of shots at the end zone.
He made a great move, and also a great move to move him up there, as you mentioned, because the first 3 kickoffs had all been short to the up men.
Mason Jones is the one guy with the breakaway speed that we have.
So here now, 1st and 10. With 24 seconds left and all 3 timeouts. McConnell puts in the air but throws high, right side, intended for Beneke, now 2nd and 10.
Probably a good thing it was high, because if it was on target, that was pick 6 going the other way. Number 23 for them, making an attempt at an interception.
That was Trayvon Lee, the defensive back in coverage. 21 seconds left. McConnell gets the play from the sideline and jogs back in. They do have all 3 timeouts. Neither team's used the timeout in this first half. Only 1 in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the left. McConnell rolls out, comes to the left, over the middle. That's complete. Right outside the 10-yard line with that pass completion to Nathan Beneke. And the clock will stop at 13 seconds as Geneseo uses timeout number 1. A big completion there for 20 yards.
Right, with only 13 seconds left, no sense stopping the, clocking it, spiking the ball. Use your timeouts now. and you put yourself into a position where you've got probably 2 more plays you can use to try to get into the end zone.
13 seconds on that clock. It's 21-6 in favor of the hosts from Moline. McConnell wanted Beneke on that first pass attempt, incomplete. Got Beneke on the second. He's in the double digits now. Receptions, and that one of 20 goes as his long for the season.
Right, he just ran in and set himself up in the belly of his own defense and just stayed put there and just waited for the ball. Nice little pitch and catch there.
So first and goal right at the 10. With 13 seconds left, and Geneseo armed with 2 timeouts. Beneke goes out wide to the right. Man in motion. McConnell's going to put it in the air, looking over the middle, and that is incomplete. With 7 seconds left now. That was intended for Van der Woestijn.
Knocked down by Anthony Tovar.
Looks like we're gonna. Can't tell. Looks like the field goal unit is setting up there on the sideline. Probably going to call a timeout at some point, let them get set.
They gave Anthony Tovar credit for knocking that pass down. Number 41, the linebacker, and there is Geneseo's second timeout. Now that last play that went incomplete took 6 seconds off the clock. There's 7 on there right now, so if you run a similar play and you're not in the end zone, that's probably going to be it.
Right. You probably in
So
the
you
end.
either got to go in the end zone,
Yep.
or kick the field goal.
I think in the NFL you're definitely going to run a play.
Right.
You know, because I mean those guys, that's their living. But here, yeah, you've got to make a decision. Is you got to make sure you're in the end zone. This is not a normal situation for us and high school kids. You just never know what they're going to do. But wouldn't surprise me if we go for it. I mean, you're down 15. 3 only cuts it to 12.
Logan Hansen 2 for 5 on field goals this year. He did miss an extra point earlier today. And right now the offense is on the field. Beneke goes out to the right. Mason Jones is in the slot. B.J. Moser in the backfield. McConnell drops back to pass, goes for the corner of the end zone, diving, and Beneke could not haul that in. Great effort towards the back line, and there are 2 seconds left on the clock, so now got a chance at a field goal.
Right, I think you did a nice job, put a good effort into that. You took your chance. Now let's get out of here with 3 points.
That had to be a thing where you tell McConnell, drop back, 1 Mississippi, and let it go.
No question about that. No question.
And it almost was a successful play. Beneke diving to the back end of the end zone. So now this will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. McConnell's the holder, Hansen the kicker. With 2 seconds left, ball down, kick is up, and that kick is no good at the end of the first half. So field goal missed. After that long kickoff return set up Geneseo, but the half ends with Moline on top 21-6.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
We've got third quarter ready to go. Kickoff coming up here from Hanson. Willis and Parker up here on stats, helping us out throughout the night. We've got Keith and Kim as well. I'm Nathan Believa, Pat Mitchell alongside. 21-6 Moline, and they will receive to start the third quarter. Jaheim Mitchell standing on his own 10-yard line, and it's going to go over his head and into the end zone. Big booming kickoff.
Well, we've learned this year that Logan's more than capable of doing that. You know, a lot of it depends on wind direction, but he does have a strong leg.
Big drive here for the Geneseo defense. See what kind of adjustments were made, and if they can, one, keep Moline out of the end zone, two, get the football. Sterling under center for Moline. He's played the entire game. They've used both quarterbacks most weeks, but we've not seen the sophomore, Matthew Bailey, here this evening. Under center, Sterling. He's going to hand off to Barry. Barry left side, gets to the sideline quickly, picks up a first down as he's out across the 30, and he keeps that double-digit average. It's another first down carry for more than 10.
Right, that was to the weak side of the offense, and we didn't have anybody out there with any type of containment. He just after the handoff just ran around the left end there.
12-yard carry puts him at the 32, 1st and 10. The first play of the third quarter, going for 12 yards. Barry's in that backfield again with Mitchell. Those are the only two that have carried the ball for the Maroons tonight, who are without their leading rusher. This time they change it up. Give the handoff on the jet sweep. Coming around the right side, making a nice move is Granson Wall, number 35, and he's out across the 50 with a pickup of 19 yards.
Same thing, running away from the tight end, sending the wing back out in front of the, or excuse me, that was the wing back getting the ball with the two lead backs out in front.
1st and 10 Maroons
and
at the Geneseo 49.
You've got to have somebody step up to the line of scrimmage, at least force that thing to spill or turn it back inside.
Wall was not listed on either their freshman or their varsity roster before the game. He was one of the additions they made. He had a big pickup there. Now it's Barry. Barry left side, out across the 45, just shy of the 40. With a 9-yard pickup. And again, just picking up yards in chunks. They went for 12, they went for 19, they've gone for 9 on their 3 plays here in the third quarter. So 2nd and a short 2. We play just a minute here, the third quarter. Moline going left to right. It's Barry again up the middle, first down. He picks up about 5 to the 36-yard line.
Right, Jonathan Maxwell able to corral him, get him down early. But you know, it didn't take long. You know, just like that, they're on the Geneseo side of the 50, and not quite knocking on the door, but they're coming up the steps.
It's like he picks up 2 yards just when he grabs the ball.
Right, exactly.
So quick with that first step. One wide receiver to the left for Moline here. Sterling hands off and up the middle. Mitchell spins, gets across the 30, and he's just shy of the 25-yard line. Beneke was there among others to help bring him down, but it's another big carry for Moline, and it'll move the sticks again.
Right, their big old linemen are able to get into our linebacking core, and we're not able to get off and make plays.
1st and 10 Maroons.
1st and 10 at the 25. For Zidane Sterling, hands off this time up the middle, making a guy miss, and then bowling over 2 more, still going towards the end zone. Touchdown, Moline. And that's number 33, Gavin Grace, from 25 yards out. He bowled over 2 different defenders and kept on going into the end zone.
Right, he's just a sophomore. That's the first time we've seen him tonight. Good hard runner. We had opportunities a couple times, but it looks like we're going after the football. and instead of really make an effort to bring him to the ground.
Caroline Hazen is 3 for 3 on extra points. 9:44 to go in the third quarter. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and kick is good. 28-6. Moline with the lead.
Play after it's good with 9:44 left in the third quarter.
Well, that's your biggest fear. That's what you exactly what you did not want to happen. Them able to just go right down the field and score. Our defense just has not had an answer for anything Moline's doing on offense. That time, they're just getting into wing T formation and running it, pretty much right at us.
6 plays, 80 yards, all on the ground, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And that Gavin Grace touchdown run, extra point good, makes it 28-6. And now you're pretty much in must-score territory, down by 22 for the first drive of quarter number 3.
All right, if you feel like you got a chance to get back into it, you need a little sense of urgency already. A couple things you can do: call the play once in the huddle, make sure you got play ready to go after one play is called, and that's if you think you got a chance.
Kickoffs have been short all night long. This one goes, whistle comes first, so the Maroons were offsides as they kicked that ball.
Legal procedure against Moline.
And they'll move back 5 yards and do it again. Jones is in one of the up man positions. Clay DeBailey is all the way back, along with Brennan Wages. Those are the two back on between the 20 and the 25. Jones and Mosier are now right around the 35-yard line as Hazen will kick off from her own 35 after the penalty. Kick bounces towards Jones, picks it up on the 30, out to the right side, and just picks up a couple. Kicked that one right down the middle instead of at somebody, and Geneseo couldn't do much with it.
Right, he got caught up behind one of his own guys trying to break free, and a Moline player able to drag him down from behind.
So 1st and 10, Geneseo with the football on their own 33 with 9:38 to go in the third quarter, moving right to left. McConnell to the line, hands off right side, and a very minimal gain on first down carry for DeBoof that time. He was brought down by number 11, Jaheim Thornton. Excuse me, that was Maxwell. Jaheim Thornton with the tackle. So that's a pickup of 3 out to the 36.
3 to the 36, a 2nd and 7.
Beneke lined up at wide receiver. Maxwell in motion. It's Moore, in motion. He gets the pitch, and he'll get tackled just shy of the 40. And Jaheim Thornton with a fantastic tackle that time. Number 11 looked like he was shot out of a cannon, came flying across to get Moore.
Right, still a gain of 4 on the play. I mean, we got it to third manageable.
40, 3rd and 3.
He gets the sideline there. It's another 10 to 15 yards. Thornton dove and brought him down. So 3rd and 3 at the 40 with 8:30 to go in the third quarter. 28-6 for Moline. Maxwell goes in motion. McConnell's going to put it in the air, overshoots his intended target, and it's intercepted. First turnover of the ball game. It's an interception thrown by McConnell, and it's picked off by a leaping Trayvon Lee.
Right, he overthrew the receiver, Vandy Woestein, didn't have a chance, and that was actually a really athletic interception, falling backwards and making sure he had control of the ball before he hit the ground.
First turnover of the night, and it's 1st and 10 For the Maroons, they take over at their own 43 with a 22-point lead and 8:16 to go in the third quarter. Every play on last drive was a run, and the first play of this drive will be a run by Barry. And for very few times tonight he's been stopped short. He is here, picks up maybe a yard, if that.
That's Dominic DeBoof there, able to go low on him and get him to the ground in a hurry. You're right, though. We haven't seen a lot of short carries by that guy.
7:45, clock rolling here in the third quarter. 2nd and 9 on the 44. Thornton in the backfield with Barry and Mitchell. It's Mitchell. Check that. It was not Mitchell. It was Barry, and Barry gets hit in the backfield and loses a couple of yards. I fell for the same fake. DeBoof did not fall for the fake, fortunately, and he tackled Barry for a loss of 1.
Right. Also, Brandon Cathcart able to step inside the trapper and help with the takedown.
So now it's 3rd and 10 at the 43. Sterling. Hands off this time. Trying the right side is Wall. Wall across the 50, 45, and just shy of the 40-yard line. And he's going to move the chains on that big 3rd and 10 carry.
All right, we don't have the similar what we saw earlier. There's not a contained guy out here to turn that back to the inside.
Went for 13.
1st and 10 Maroons.
Granson Wall.
He had a chance to get off the field there. We didn't get it done.
Here's Barry. Barry is not going to go anywhere this time. Beneke was there.
Barry with the carry.
Elijah Allen was there, and Cathcart was there. And they threw him backwards at the 45. And they'll give him forward progress to the 44, but that just means he got back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Right, a couple guys there. They ran away from the tight end, and we had guys staying home that time, making a play.
2nd and 10 on the 44. Johnson, wide receiver out to the right, 3 in the backfield. He's going to put it in the air. Sterling drops back, launches it for Johnson. Got him wide open at the 10, and he'll walk into the end zone from there. The first pass attempt of the second half is a 44-yard touchdown for Moline, from Sterling to a wide open Nate Johnson, who leads the team in receiving yards, and it's 34-6 Moline.
All right, just a post pattern there. Got away from coverage and out behind coverage and able to reel it in. Very nice thrown ball by the quarterback.
5th touchdown of the night for the Maroons. Hazen's extra point is up, and that is good. She's 5 for 5. And with 6:13 to go in the third quarter, Moline is on top of Geneseo 35-6. That drive, 5 plays, 57 yards. The first 4 plays were on the ground, and then the last was a 44-yard touchdown pass from Sterling to Johnson. 2 minutes and 3 seconds came off the clock.
I know that was the touchdown play, but the big play was 3rd and 10 and them gaining 13 yards on the little handoff sweep.
Yes, so the first 3 plays really went for nothing, correct, and the last 2 went for 57.
Right, correct. When you get opportunities to get into 4th down situation, I mean, that's the ones where that's the plays you must win if you're going to get yourself back into this ball game.
So Moline will kick off with 6:13 to go in the third quarter here at Browning Field in the Quad Cities. 35-6. Maroons on top. Ready for the kickoff here. Geneseo get the ball for the second time this half. Pop-up kick will be caught right at the 30. Jones danced around a little bit and picked up just a couple this time.
Mason Jones retrieves the kickoff.
And Geneseo will start on their own 34-yard line with 6:07 to go in the third quarter.
First and 10, Maple
Right,
Leafs.
no room to run on that one. By the pop-up style of that gives their kickoff team a chance to get down there and with good coverage.
Handoff, right side, making the move to run towards the right is Hofer. He gets across the 35, tripped up just shy of the 40.
Brought down by Trayvon.
Only had a couple of carries this evening, and get that ball to the 38 for a pickup of 6.
Nice little run there. Had a little room to run, get outside. The defense man, the cornerback, did a nice job getting a hand on Hofer and bringing him down.
Hofer goes in motion this time. The handoff to DeBoof. Tries that right side. 5:20 left in the third quarter now, and it'll be 3rd and 4. That's a 1-yard pickup there
Zach Wallace and Anthony Tovar.
to the 39.
Yep, you need to keep running the fullback every now and then to keep everything on, keep the defense honest. So if they're keying on the fullback, I know that's tough yardage, but every now and then you got to give it to them.
Van der Woestijn brought the play in. Benecke's out to the right. Pass goes to Van der Woestijn over the middle, complete. And he goes to the 50. McConnell, little play action that time and put it right into the belly of Van der Woestijn.
Fake 34, 9 straight down for you old timers out there. Hopefully you get the linebacker to bite on the fullback fake to the offense's right, and then you throw back left to the tight end that's sitting just sitting right behind or right even with the linebackers. Well executed.
4:35 to go, third quarter. Clock rolling. 1st and 10. Ball right on the 50. And now they're going backwards on that handoff.
All right, that play was doomed from the start. McConnell was stumbling as he was turning back away from the center, and they had a couple guys blitzing and getting into the backfield in a hurry.
So now it's 2nd and 12 at the 48.
Nate St. Dennis.
Nate St. Dennis was in on that tackle. Hofer goes in motion. Handoff reverse. And that's Jones getting back across the 50 and just shy of the 45-yard line.
All right, fake 32, 48 trap. We got the pulling guard, backside guard and tackle pulling there. You get up underneath them and hopefully get turned upfield. But, just that one ankle pick away, again, from gaining another 10, 15 yards.
3rd and 6 on the 46. For Geneseo here. Handing off on that last play. This time he's going to put it in the air. McConnell, right side, and over there it is complete across the 40 for a first down. It was nearly deflected, and instead it's hauled in and it moves the chains.
Yeah, from my vantage point, I wasn't so sure that it hit the ground first, but obviously Benecke got his hands underneath, made a nice catch.
Geneseo, the Moline 36.
Didn't quite get out of bounds because the clock's still running. But I didn't see him go to the ground, though.
250 and counting. Here's a handoff up the middle, making a nice hole, and then tripped up just across the 30 that time. The nice pickup for Mason Jones.
Right, belly 48, and it feels like we got a little bit of a rhythm going too. We're getting plays in a hurry, getting up to the line of scrimmage and running plays. So good things right now. Got the ball on the move.
That one went for 8. Clay DeBailey out to the right. It's Hofer. And Hofer is going to get just shy of the 25. Not sure he got the first down. See if they're going to measure, or that's just short. So 3rd and
less than a yard. Moline 26.
All right, keep that rhythm going. Keep that rhythm, get the plays in. and keep the ball moving.
They've got a full house backfield here. Handoff, that's Maxwell across the 25 and will pick up the first down. 1:35 to go in the third quarter.
You know, that's something we've seen the last few weeks, the little T formation, if you will, kind of a bigger backfield, get some of the some short yardage situations. It's worked pretty well.
1:25 left. For Geneseo here, 1st and 10. McConnell back, he wants to put it in the air over the middle, and that is incomplete. It was out in front there.
Pass intended for Kyle Hofer.
For Hofer towards the sideline. Clock stops at 1:09, third quarter.
All right, just ball too far out in front of the intended receiver, Hofer. Clock stopped here, and now you've got a little tougher situation with 2nd and long.
Hofer and Jones out there now. Van der Woestijn to Bailey. Hofer goes in motion. McConnell's going to throw to him on the right side, and he is hit immediately. McConnell was about to get sacked by Malik Jones, number 52, and he completed that ball
For a loss by Zion Rodriguez.
over on the right side. And
Right, you had an offensive lineman out in front of him, but offensive linemen aren't used to blocking in space when you got a guy right there on top of them. So the guy was able to go right around him and make the hit just as Hofer was turning around.
so now it's 3rd and 14. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Geneseo down 35-6. Ball on their own 28. Wide receiver out left. McConnell rolls that way, puts it in the air, looking deep for Beneke. Deflected inside the 5 and falls incomplete.
Pass intended for David
And I'll tell you
Beneke,
that
broken up
number
by Jaheim
11,
Thornton.
Jaheim Thornton, is
4th
having
and
a
14.
great night, both breaking up passes and also making tackles.
Right, he's another one of their good players. It's they've got the athletes. They've got the athletes. You know, once they get healthy and then get the Dreyfus kid back here, you know, next week possibly in playoff time, you're not going to want to see them early in the playoffs.
And now with this running attack, that O-line. 15 seconds left, and we got a whistle here. Got a flag. Got a player running off, Zach Wallace for Moline. I wonder if they had 12 players out there.
Might have an equipment issue.
16 seconds left. 4th and 14, third quarter. McConnell drops back, puts it in the air. That is incomplete, nearly picked off by Thornton. It was intended for Beneke, but that ball was in the air way too long, coming to the sideline from the far hash.
Broken up again by Jaheim Thornton.
Turnover on downs. Moline will take over on their own 28.
Well, we had a nice drive going there for a while, and you know, then it kind of stuttered there.
Moline takes over on downs at their own 28.
So 1st and 10. Their own 28. Running up the middle and picking up maybe a yard on first down. That'll end quarter number 3.
That's the end of the
So
third
it's
quarter.
35-6 in favor of Moline after
Geneseo 6.
3 quarters. And they will have 2nd and 9 to start the 4th.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast.
We start the fourth quarter, and it's 35-6 in favor of Moline, and they've got the ball. Now it's Sterling handing off to Thornton, who's had a big day on defense. He gets the ball on offense to the right side, lunging for the first down marker near the 40. And we'll see on that far sideline where they put it. It's going to be right close to the sticks. The official standing right next to the guy on the chain gang who's holding the sticks up. It's just short.
That's that same handoff sweep, 21 sweep that we're not getting anybody out and turning that thing back inside, or stringing it to the sidelines. You know, got to one or the other.
3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1 on the 29. Nearly a minute gone by in the fourth quarter. Moline's going to let as much time as possible tick off the clock on every play now. A 29-point lead. Handoff up the middle will pick up the first down on 3rd and 1 as they get out across the 40 with that carry. And that was Barry again. He's having a big night.
Gain of 4 to the 41, 1st and 10 Maroons.
Wall brings the play in for Moline. 1st and 10, the 41.
This is where, you know, pride kicks in now. You know, the chance of winning the game, you know, are very, you know, slim to none. So now pride needs to kick in. You need to win a quarter.
Sterling sprints back, puts it in the air, little floater for Barry, catches it and is tackled to the ground. Just outside the 50, a late flag comes in. Wonder if there was a face mask
After the play.
or a horse collar tackle on top of that. Barry made the reception and was driven to the ground by Rylan Coons.
Yeah, that's the signal for a peel back block, which is now legal at the high school level.
So that's going to go the other way. Very late flag thrown in by the back judge, and that's why I thought we might have a face mask, but it's going to go against Moline.
Should be no question here.
Yeah, I don't know why this is taking so long. Moving back.
Yeah. Wants to make sure Eli gets all the options.
They're going to mark that off.
They'll have first down over again, though. It'll be like 1st and 12. Oh, 1st and more than that.
Yeah, it's a spot foul, so he walked it off 15 yards, but the penalty happened at the 50, which would have been a pickup of 9.
15-yard penalty against Moline.
So they'll put it now at the 35, 34 make that as he sets it down. And it'll be 1st and 17. Another spot foul penalty. Here's the handoff to Mitchell, right side, made the first man miss. Down the sideline, he'll pick up all that penalty yardage and then some. Forced out of bounds right near the 50. Used his speed once he got around that first tackler.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're pulling a guard or a tackle on every play. You just follow that pulling guard, he'll take you right to the ball.
7-yard gain to the 45.
We've got to either that or get that guard stopped as soon as possible.
So now just shy where he stepped out of bounds of the 45, so 2nd and 6. Here's Mitchell again up the middle, sprinting through, across the 50 and into Geneseo territory to pick up the first down. So even when they're faced with 1st and 17, just 2 plays to pick up a first down as they keep moving the chains.
Yeah, you said the right word earlier, in chunks. And when they seem focused, they're getting it in chunks.
1st and 10 at the Geneseo 44. Moline 35, Geneseo 6, 9:45 with the clock ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Sterling hands off to Thornton up the middle to the right side now across the 30. It's still going. He wasn't tackled, and he gets to the 25. They slung him around there, Pat, but nobody threw him to the ground.
Right, just a backside guard and tackle, a little counter action there. I'm not totally sure what's happening to the backside and why we're not able to get into the hip pockets and make plays. But Jonathan Maxwell had him and just swung him around and let him go, and he gained another 2 yards. And those are the young mistakes and that we have a tendency to make every now and then.
1st and 10 at the 25, under 9.5 to go in this one. Fake to Barry and Mitchell. He's going to put it in the air. Comes back for Barry, but that one went just short of him and fell at his feet. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
It's a good thing he didn't hit him in stride because we had guys chasing him already. Not there. They weren't going to make a tackle as soon as he caught the ball. So
the way they're running the ball, I'm kind of surprised they put it in the air at all.
Now it might be one of those things where they feel so confident running the ball, doesn't matter what the down or distance is.
4th quarter, 9:23 to play. Moline with a 29-point advantage. 2nd and 10. The 25. 1 wide receiver to the right, 3 in the backfield. A handoff goes to Barry, makes a man miss, breaks a tackle, still going. It took 4 Maple Leafs to bring him down inside the 20.
We had a couple guys just taking shots at him instead of wrapping him up and getting him to the ground, and that's when he breaks that last little. The guy had his hands around his ankle, but if he breaks that, then he's gone for another 6 yards. But get your arms around him, get him to the ground.
Picked up 7 there. And it's 3rd and 3 at the 18, 8:40 to play. Handoff up the middle. He's making a miss again. And he's going to be short of the sticks here. It'll be 4th down.
Played trap a lot better that time. Not letting the double team take us to the linebacker level. So, but that's one of the ways too you need to talk about when you're playing trap. You can follow the guard and the tackle to the ball, but there's a double team somewhere where the guy's getting double team needs to either beat the double team or make a pile.
So 4th and 1. It's going to go to Barry. Up the middle, but he's got the first down yardage. He'll end up shy of the 10 as the clock goes under 8 minutes to play. They'll mark him at the 12-yard line here.
1st and 10 runs at the Geneseo 12.
So they can pick up another first down without scoring a touchdown. 7:45 to play as Wall brings the play in. First and 10 at the 12. Handoff to Barry again. Right side, following his blocker down to the 5. Still going to about the 4, maybe the 3, depending on where they mark him.
The carry.
Yeah, literally had the jersey of the blocker in front of him.
That was Ben Duenas.
Yeah, problem is though he might have held Ben back from making a block, but he does. This guy's a good runner. He does a nice job. You talked about he's been hurt a couple weeks, and he's making up for some lost time, I think.
2nd and 1 at the 4. Ready to go again with 6:40 to go. Handoff to Barry, spinning towards the goal line short, but he's got a first down, I believe. With 6:35 left, the clock stops there as they look down the sideline. It is a first down.
2-yard line.
So now 1st and goal for Moline. looking for touchdown number 6 on the night. Sterling under center. Hands it to Grace, the fullback. He bowls over 2 defenders, got right to the goal line, and he is just short by about a foot.
I think there's a good chance we see him Monday night in the JV game. It'll be really interesting to see what he brings to the table then, because he is a real bulldozer type runner.
Barry's out there now with number 13, Blake Willie. And Jaheim Thornton. Willie goes out, the wide receiver. Grace, Thornton, and Barry are in the backfield. And it's Barry again up the middle, and he's in for another touchdown. That's his 4th. Have yourself a senior night. Boubacar Barry.
Like I said, making up for some lost time. He's
ankle injury had him out last week. They lost to Sterling 53-26. Lost to Alleman 31-28, which was a pretty big surprise at the time, as Caroline Hazen drills another extra point. And they lost week 2. They went all the way up to Lisle and played Bennett Academy with a 28-19 loss. Beat Alton non-conference. That drive, how about this? 14 plays, 72 yards, 6 minutes and 41 seconds. That gives them touchdowns tonight of 641 and 623. They've also got 2 right in the 2-minute range and a 39-second first drive. 6 possessions and 6 touchdowns.
Well, they're on their game tonight, that's for sure. You know, we picked a wrong night to have a bad night. You know, although we've only got the 1 turnover, it's just a matter of defensively. Our defense has been keeping us in games a couple times over the last few weeks. But we just don't have an answer for the Moline offense tonight.
Now the most points allowed on the season to 42. And for Moline, it's their 2nd highest scoring output. They put 55 on UT 3 weeks ago. Here's the kickoff, just shy of the 25, and a big hit heading out of bounds just across just shy of the 30.
It looked like the ball came free too, and
went out of bounds. That was the week in the rain when they scored 55 against UT with all the rain and lightning. Their game was delayed but finished that same night, while Geneseo and Alleman was delayed once, then twice, and finished the next morning. That was a TV game for us on Mediacom TV, and we're not able to come back on Saturday and set up again. So I saw 3/4 of that game.
That's a long time setting up for a short period of time.
Pitch back. Making a move is Brayton DeBoof. Sophomore, went to the left side there.
All right, Geneseo's got backups in now. With the exception of quarterback.
Zach Wallison on the stop.
Couple out there right now. 82, Mick Mooney just came running in. McConnell, hands off up the middle, and brought to the ground is
Chuck Logan Fletcher.
Yep. So Fletcher gets it back to the line of scrimmage and picks up 1. So 3rd and 9 here.
Lineman-wise, I see Tegan Miller out there. I see Kane Miller as well. No relation.
46, Mitchell Vermos just came in as a tight end. Pitch backwards, heading towards the near line here is number 19. And he is knocked down, and that will come up short. And
Right.
I don't have a 19 on my roster.
Yeah, Brendan Smith.
All right.
19 is Ben Knowles.
All right.
You had a Brendan Smith out there.
And about 6.
Cameron Mitten? Colton Mitten. Colton's out there. Cameron's the younger brother.
4th and 6, and might as well go for it here. 3:35 to go on their own 34, and trailing 42-6. Nothing at all to lose. They go for it. Here's the choices. Beneke is in the shotgun here.
They're punt.
Yeah, they are going to punt it back. Thought they were going to go for it the way they lined up, but booted away. And that will be down at the 40. Moline didn't believe for a second they were going to kick that ball away. They had all 11 defenders within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So that ball just rolled to a stop with 3:08 to go, and it's 42-6. And looks like Moline's going to do the same thing now and put in some backups.
Right. I see for the Leafs, I see Parker DeSplinter out there now. Andy Anderson's out there.
Number 7, Matthew Bailey. I told you earlier we were going to see 2 quarterbacks tonight from
There you
Moline.
go,
There's the second quarterback.
You got him.
Sophomore's in there now with 3:08 to play in a 42-6 game. Number 12, Jaden Jackson, a junior, running back for Moline. First and 10. Handoff, and almost didn't get to the ball before Geneseo's line got there, and that's going to be no pickup at all for number 37, Mason Woods, number 37. He was one of the players added before the game to our roster. So Mason Woods picks up 2, and with 2:40 to go, it's 2nd and 8.
Jordan Ray is in nose guard.
Ball at the 40-yard line for the Maroons. 2:30 to go. Handoff to the right side, and a big move there to get across the 50. That's Riley Fuller, number 45.
Number 45, Riley Fuller.
Ran into Kane Miller after a nice little pickup.
Brought down by Kane Miller.
Harrison Newman I see out there.
1st and 10 Maroons at the Geneseo 48.
Gonna move the sticks to the 48. 2 minutes left to go in this one. 42-6. Moline on top. And they've had a big night on the ground. Handoff, and going nowhere. In fact, losing a couple of yards. This time is Woods, and
Andrew Calabria on that tackle.
got some help from Kane Miller as well.
Kane Miller there
yeah.
too. Blitzing linebacker from his linebacker spot.
90 seconds left. 2nd and 11 at the 49. Could just get into victory formation at this point if they wanted to, but they'll give the backups a couple more running plays. Handoff will go up the middle for very few yards. And number 20, Clay DeBailey, throwing Riley Fuller back, and had some help there as well.
Now this is valuable time though for a lot of these young guys. You know, they work hard just like everybody else. Opportunity to play a series or two.
3rd and 9 for Moline. They are on the Geneseo 47 with 40 seconds left. Bailey hands off to Fuller. Fuller across the 45, 40, breaks back to the left side, 35 and 30. Gets down the sideline and is thrown out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Brought down by Parker DeSplinter.
By Parker DeSplinter, who saved a touchdown run there with 25 seconds left. And now 1st and 10 at the 24. See if Moline just takes a knee. And actually, they don't even need to snap it again because the clock will restart once they move the chains. as he was ruled to be inbound. So there's going to walk to the sideline. And that's going to do it for tonight's contest, a 42-6 win for Moline on their senior night. They keep their playoff hopes alive. Geneseo, though, falling to 3-5 on the season with their own senior night coming next week against United Township at home.
Geneseo 6.
6 possessions until the one that ran out the clock, and 6 touchdowns, 4 of them on the ground by Abubakar Berry, who had a big night on his senior night for Moline. So they had a big night on the ground, got their work done there, and they celebrate here on senior night. And as I mentioned, now at 4-4 after that forfeited loss, and they've got a chance now to head to the playoffs if they win next Friday night, as the Maroons will travel down the road to Quincy. And I'll need a win there. At last check, Quincy was down to Rock Island here across town, which would also put them at 4-4. So that'll be a game to make the playoffs next week between Quincy and Moline.
Correct. You can't. That's not a gimme when you go down to Quincy. It's a long bus ride, but boy, if Moline plays, like they did tonight, next week they should be okay. Big thing for them is no turnovers. That was one of their bugaboos with Alleman. Their loss with Alleman early in the year, but tonight Moline was the better team. There's no question about that from the very first snap of the game. So you take your hat off to them and wish them good luck. But we've got one more week to play for the seniors, and we know going in it'll be the last one of the year, last game for the seniors. So you've got to decide how do you want your last week to go.
Take a look at individual stats tonight for Geneseo, getting it done on the ground for 97 yards as a team. Leading the way was Jonathan Maxwell, 8 carries for 35 yards. Bruce Moore carried it 5 times for 25. It was Dominic DeBouf, 6 carries for 15 yards. Mason Jones had 3 carries for 14 yards. Kyle Hofer had 5 carries for 3 yards, and they finish up 33 carries for 97 yards. Passing, McConnell was 5 for 14 for 44 yards, 1 interception. Nathan Beneke had 3 receptions for 37. Nathan Van de Woestijn had 1 reception for 11, and Kyle Hofer had 1 reception for -4 yards on Geneseo's receiving. On the other side for Moline, how about Abubakar Berry tonight on his senior night? 24 carries for 185 yards, a 7.7 average, and 4 touchdowns. Granson Wall had 7 carries for 71 yards. They had a total amount of carries for Jaheim Mitchell, 8 for 67 yards. Then Jaheim Thornton had 2 carries for 27. Gavin Grace had their other touchdown, 2 carries for 26 yards, 43 carries for 376 yards, averaging 8.7 on the ground. Zidane Sterling, 6 for 9 passing, 98 yards and a touchdown pass. Nate Johnson, 3 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. It was Granson Wall, 1 catch for 14, Thornton 1 catch for 9, and Berry 1 catch for 8. And so in total for Moline tonight, 474 yards on offense. They had 25 first downs to Geneseo's 11. Outgained the Leafs 376 to 97 on the ground, 98 to 44 through the air. So total 474 to 141 total yards. Both teams had a fumble, but neither lost it. Geneseo did throw 1 interception. Time of possession, Moline eked it out there at the end with those last 2 drives as they went for 24 minutes and 24 seconds. They didn't punt. Geneseo punted 3 times for 27 yards, missed a field goal, and missed an extra point as well. Penalties, Geneseo had 2 for 6 yards, Moline 7 for 55 on the night. So not a whole lot penalty-wise, but Moline got that done on the ground. How about 376 yards rushing, 474 total yards, and 6 touchdowns.
You're going to win a lot of football games if you have those type of offensive statistics, especially the rushing part, because that means you're, for the most part, they were able to score quickly on the ground and they're able to chew up clock on the ground. So that's it's a good night for them, And hopefully, we lick our wounds and come back for one more week and end this season on a positive note. But I want to thank you for stepping in. You had some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
with
I know.
Lauren Lemke, and then of course our hearts go out to Bob Pettit.
Yep,
he had a sister
absolutely.
pass away. That's where he's at tonight and tomorrow. So we're thinking about him. But thanks, Nathan, for
thanks for letting me pinch hit.
Us.
I'll use some baseball vernacular since that's my day job. But thanks to all you guys for letting me fill in and pinch hit for Bob. I appreciate him reaching out as well. And as you mentioned, our thoughts and prayers with Bob and his entire family as well. But that'll do it for us from Browning Field. For my partner here, Pat Mitchell. A big thanks to Kim back at WGRG in the studio. Willis and Parker here doing all of our stats, getting us all the good information. Keith, our technical coordinator as well. Thanks to all of them, and thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight. For Pat Mitchell, I'm Nathan Believa, Moline 42, Geneseo 6. Good night from Browning Field.